Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Christina, tu vecina favorita que maquilla, and in today's video, this is going to be a get ready with me, let's chat type of video. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, where I will be doing this simple yellow look. Yellow eyeshadow seems to be all the craze this summer, so we'll be doing this look, and also speaking on this consumerism or massive consumerism that I feel is going on within the beauty community lately, and with us just being shoved with products down our throats and just this incessant need that I think that many of us have been feeling to buy makeup when we really don't need to. So if you'd like to see how I did this look as well as hear my thoughts on this subject, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so it's been a while since I've done a chatty get ready with me type of video, but I think I'm going to mainly go back and forth between these two palettes, being the Zulu palette from Juvias Place and the Beige Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. So on to the topic of today's video. So I wanted to talk about consumerism in the beauty community. This is something that I think about quite often, and honestly I think it's just like gone out of hand. Like, it's just ridiculous at this point. So the definition of consumerism is basically a social or economic order that encourages the acquisition of goods and services in ever increasing amounts. Okay, so there's this theory. Hold on guys, I'm about to go into the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I'm going to start with this shade right here. That the more a country consumes goods or services, the better it is economically. And some people think that this theory kind of promotes greed, because it promotes the buying of like all the latest and newest products. And of course, who is benefiting the most from this? It's the businesses. So it leads to a lot of overconsumption and excess. And then of course you can't deny the debt and widespread credit card use that comes from it on the side of the consumer. I know there have been many times where I have purchased a palette or something that I really did not need, and added more to my credit card debt, which I really did not need. But it's because we're just constantly being fed all these new palettes, all these new foundations, concealers, lipsticks, whatever, and it's just got to the point where we sometimes feel like we need to buy every last thing that comes out. Like, it's like I said, it's just really gotten out of hand. Now, in general, you know, consumerism is not totally a bad thing. You know, it can help drive an economy forward, but I think overall it encourages the consumer to spend a lot more money on buying unnecessary items and, like, you know, things such as makeup and clothes and electronic gadgets versus putting that money into savings and investments and things like that. So in my opinion, I do feel like consumerism is at an all-time high, especially within the beauty community. I think that women, we are from a young age kind of conditioned or groomed into participating in the consumption of makeup. And we're kind of fed this idea that we have to alter our image, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but again, it starts from a very young age. And by the way guys, I'm just adding a little touch of orange into my crease and mixing that in with the yellow. This is also from the Juvias Place palette. And it's gotten to the point where I feel like many of us that are part of this here beauty community are like literally battling makeup addiction. Now I don't think that I've personally gotten to the point where I'm like addicted, because quite frankly, I don't even have the money to act like I'm addicted to buying makeup. So even if I wanted to buy this makeup, like, I just can't, unless I put myself into a tremendous amount of debt. But it's just, like I said, this pressure to buy the hottest new palette, the hottest new foundation, or like if an influencer that we really like comes out with like a collab, it's like, well, I have to support them now, you know? And I feel like the pressure is even more if you are a like content creator or like a small one like me, because obviously I'm not receiving no PR, you know, I'm not getting free makeup. So it's like, if I want to review the latest and greatest palette or foundation or whatever it may be, because I know that's what people want to see, it's like I have to come out of pocket with that. And sometimes I might not have the money to be able to do that. So either I don't buy it and I don't review it, or I get it with a credit card, adding on to my debt, you know? And by the way, I'm not using the yellow from the BH Cosmetics palette. This is still recording, right? Okay. Yeah, so it's just, it's difficult because, again, as a content creator, you want to make videos and you want to make reviews that people want to see. But it's like, how can I keep up? How can I give my viewers what they want to see if I can't afford to buy everything? I mean, that's just one aspect of it. But then the aspect of it is me, myself. Like, I want everything that I see. Like, if you follow pages like Trend Mood, for example, it's like every day something new coming out. And a lot of it is like repeated across companies, you know? Because there's always some hot new trend every season. And so you see a lot of companies kind of pushing the same either color scheme palettes or, I don't know, they're all trying to compete for the top spot as far as the best foundation, the best concealer, and things like that. And again, it's just very hard to keep up. Okay, real quick, I'm going into the cookie palette from Bombshell Cosmetica. I'm going to take that gold and just take a little bit of that on my finger and pat down the center of my lid. Just like this. Just add a little pop of shimmer there. It's going to be a very simple look, guys. Okay. So, all right. So, and then in the inner corner of my eyes, see, I'm already adding more palettes. I wasn't trying to use all these palettes. I'm going to go into the Jackie Aina palette. I'm going to take Trust Issues and put that in the inner corner, right in there. Y'all, why is yellow eyeshadow so hard to work with? Okay, I'm taking some of my Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. and I'm just going to put some of that like here. This is supposed to be like a dupe of the Tasha primer. So, back to the subject at hand. So I think a lot of us within the beauty community have been starting to feel the effects of this. I have noticed even just some influencers or like content creators that I watch here on YouTube. I saw a lot of them starting like to do low buys and stuff like that because they too started talking about how they were just spending too much on makeup. And at the end of the day, unless you're wearing makeup every day or making makeup tutorials and reviews every day, like, how are you going to use all this makeup, you know? Like, there's just no way that you're going to go through all of the makeup that you buy before it expires, you know? And as long as I've been collecting makeup, I mean, there have been certain items that I've bought, but I've only used a few times, and then it ends up going to waste. Or especially things like foundation. Like, why do we need to buy 10 different types of foundation? Now, unless you're someone that does their makeup and wears foundation every day, it's like, why do we need to buy our shade of foundation in every single brand, you know. Now, I admit I have like 12 different foundations, you know. Granted, some of them were drugstore, so I didn't spend a whole lot on them, but you know, I haven't gone through all of them. I still have most of my bottles of foundation are still more than halfway full, and I probably will not go through them before they expire or whatever. So it ends up being a waste of money and also just a waste of product. And not to mention all the plastic and all the packaging and all that type of waste that we're accumulating every time we buy something, especially if you order stuff online, all the boxes, and just, it's just a big waste, you know. Okay, and by the way, guys, the foundation I'm using is the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. This is the color 510. And for concealer, I'm going to use, where's my Fenty? All right, I'm using 330, y'all. To contour. Ooh, that one was crooked. I'm using number 5 from the Juvias Place concealer. And then on my nose, using number 8. So I think the best way to combat this is to put ourselves either, like if you have a problem with spending a lot of makeup, to either give yourself like a monthly allowance for makeup, or put yourself on like a low buy type of schedule or something where you will only allow yourself one makeup purchase per month. You know, like that's what I had started doing at the beginning of the year. I did pretty well the first few months. Whoops. And I mean, there have been a few months where I did end up buying more than one thing, but the other things were like drugstore. So it's like, I mean, does drugstore really count, you know? But it does, because even if you're only spending like between $5 to $7, like, you know, on stuff at the drugstore, you know, those little purchases add up. So I would say, yeah, definitely put yourself on some type of schedule. Give yourself maybe like a monthly allowance for how much you will spend, or allow yourself to spend a month on makeup. And I think that would be one way to minimize the excessive spending and ensure that we don't overspend. Because I think if we're actually keeping track of how much we're spending, then we're less likely to overspend. You know what I mean? It's kind of like budgeting your monthly household finances, you know? We might have to start including makeup in there as well, especially if, like I said, you know that you have a problem with spending too much on makeup. Something else that I think would be a good idea, which I've been contemplating doing myself, I just haven't got around to it yet, is to get all of your makeup together, like all your palettes, all of your foundations, lipsticks, powders, you know, whatever it is, and like make a list. Like actually sit there, write down every single product you own by sections, like eye products, lip products, face products, just so that you can have like an overall comprehensive idea of what it is you actually own. Like, I think once I do that, I will probably be surprised at how much makeup I actually own, you know? And it would also give you an idea of how much you spent on makeup, you know? But if you put all your palettes together and say you realize you have like 17 makeup palettes and 14 which maybe you haven't even touched in like months, I think that would kind of like make you kind of have like a light bulb moment, like, whoa, I do not need to buy any more eyeshadow palettes. Like, look at all these palettes that I have, some of which you may have even forgotten that you had, you know? Like, I think that happens a lot. There are some palettes that sometimes I happen to come across because they might be in another section of my house or whatever it may be that I totally forgot that I had, you know? And again, it's just so much waste, so much that we waste on makeup. All right, guys, I'm going in with the Juvias Place Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. And I'm going to use the color Tau, this coral color. Yeah. And also, when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, there are so many palettes that come out that look so similar to other palettes that it's like, how many warm neutral palettes can you possibly buy? You know, like, how many do we really need? Or even like rainbow palettes, how many do we actually need? You know? So it might even be best to find, let's say, 3 brands. Say pick 3 brands that you will put as your favorite brands, and you will only buy from those brands. Like, I thought about doing that too. 3 brands that you know the quality is consistent. They carry products that you know like are good for your skin tone, complement your skin tone, and just stick to that. And I think that would also minimize the amount of money we spend unnecessarily on other brands. What color lips I want to do? What goes good with yellow? Purple. I'm going to do purple. Okay, so I'm going to line my lips first with this lip liner from Jordana Cosmetics. This is the color Silver Lilac. Okay, and then I'm going to take this like metallic sparkly lip gloss lipstick from Glamlite Cosmetics. This is the Milkshake one. And I'm going to put this over the lip liner. Okay, guys, so this look is now done. I put some brown and yellow eyeshadow under my eyes, and then these lashes I'm wearing are the burger lashes. This is the chili cheeseburger lashes from Glamlite Cosmetics, and then my little daughter's hair clip. But yeah, so moral of the story here, let us not give in to this consumerism that is running rampant within the beauty community. I know there are certain brands that are doing the most when it comes to this, and are just feeding us product after product and like shoving them down our throats. One company that I think does this a lot is ColourPop. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was recording for a second. ColourPop Cosmetics, they stay releasing stuff. It's like, y'all, can you give us a break? Anastasia Beverly Hills just kind of recently did this. They just released the Jackiana palette like 3 weeks ago, and now they're already promoting the Norvina Pro palette or whatever it's called. Like, y'all, like, slow down. Like, my pocket can't handle all of this, you know? So anyway, that was it for this video, guys. I hope that you liked it, that you liked the simple look as well as what I had to say on this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this subject down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll check you all in the next video. Bye.